You're listening to Freedom Talk Radio with your host Andy Peacher, live from the UK. Email us freedomtalkradio2013@gmail.com or visit us at freedomtalkradioonline.com.
Yeah, very warm welcome. It's Andy. We've got Max tonight, and we're going to discuss Peter Hofschroer. We're going to discuss Norman Scarth and how courts treat people or don't treat people. Depends on which side of the fence you're at. As you know, Norman died recently. He was a war veteran, and Peter Hofschroer is still in Austria and he's still in prison. Do they deserve what they get? Are they innocent? Well, that's what we're going to talk about. You know, is it the court's fault? Could the court done better? Are we really? Well, I think we are a little bit. Are we really plagued with problems from government and courts? I really think we are. But anyway, Max, you've been researching stuff, and you're a younger person than I am. So welcome to the show.
Yes. Thank you, Andy. It's a pleasure talking to you about this, and because I've been researching this for like the past couple months, and it'll be good. It'll open a lot of doors for me on the topic.
Well, I'm hoping it
Yeah.
won't just be
Should
one
we
little
start?
segment. It could be a few little segments, and I'll get it on YouTube, Twitter, and social media. And if you've got any links, we can promote people to have a look at your links.
Of course, yeah, I'll be okay with that. So, you mentioned briefly then on the Norman Scarth's death, and that's something I was really interested in because I jotted down a couple of things just to ask you. I just would like you to shed some light because there's a little bit of confusion of when Norman Scarth actually passed away. Because there's two dates here. It's that the first date is 2016 December, when he passed away in Leeds at 88 years old, and the other one is 2024, 99 years old in Ireland. I was just curious if you could confirm that. Which one
I
is
can only
correct?
confirm what I remember at the time, and that was Christmas 24 because
Okay.
it's relevant to me because I was going for an operation for cancer that month, and I thought, some people are getting another chance. That's me and the poor old Norman, but he's had his time. I think it was the 4th of December 24, and I think the reason I believe that date more, because I've seen a third date actually. I think I believe that date more because I know he was in County Galway. In fact, I know exactly where he was. Plus the Veterans for Peace Island, they probably wouldn't be lying about it. But he would never
Yeah.
have come back to the UK because, in his mind, if he did, he would get banged up in jail again for something trivial he's done.
Yeah. Something that. Yeah. Yeah. I see that.
Because
Well,
that was our Norman
thank you for
Scarth.
just confirming that.
That was Norman. He would
Hmm?
hide your kiddies' teddy bears. He wouldn't be aggressive or he'd moan about councillor not emptying the bins on time. Or the parking
Yeah.
attendant. He wasn't really a violent, crazy guy that some media outlets have painted him to
Everyone
be.
seems him to be. Yeah, yeah, agreed, completely agreed. Um,
I mean, he has been inside,
I,
don't yeah, he's been in jail for silly misdemeanors. He's probably even been into psychiatric units. But so is Peter,
mm,
and good thing about Peter is I saw his arrest and I've followed his story ever since.
yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, thank you for that. I never got to meet Norman, personally, but there's a lot of stuff online. I'd just like to ask, like, when was the last time you met, Norman?
I personally have never met him, but I've been on line with him several times and phone calls, like hours on end.
Mm,
So I've
mm.
never
So,
personally met him.
okay, okay, okay.
And if I have,
Well,
I've forgotten.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I'm drawn the fact that I never met him. He is honestly my hero. It's like and he didn't deserve all the stuff that he got. You know what I mean? Like all these court cases, it's unrealistic. And it's
And how them
abuse.
two fit together is that when Peter was, I suppose he must have been on the run at the time, um, only because of the way the corruption is. He was on the run and Norman looked after him, but um,
Mm,
we can say that now because Norman's not here.
yeah, yeah. Well, very kind of him. On the connection of Peter, last time I noticed any information about him was he got released from a mental institution in Austria about 5 or 6 months ago. I was just wondering if you could confirm that, like, yeah.
No, I definitely wouldn't have said so unless you can send me the information.
Oh no, not you particularly. This is what I've researched.
Yeah, no, if you got anything to show me from somewhere, that'd be interesting because I talk to his supporters on a daily basis, and he's definitely still in Aston prison in Links, I think it is in Austria.
Ah, really?
So he's on the mental
Oh.
health ward for being mad,
Hmm.
because he talks to too much truth like Norman did. But I don't think he
Yeah.
was released now because
Oh, that's a shame.
he wasn't even allowed to go to his mum's funeral 2 to 3 years ago. So I know he
Wow.
wouldn't have been released.
How horrible. How horrible. It's just I personally want to get in contact with Peter. So yeah, thanks for clearing that up. Um
Yeah,
Maybe one day we will get
I can definitely email you his prison number, etc. And um I can put you in touch with a couple of trusted people who, if you wanted to send Peter a
please
message
do,
with
please
your
do.
details on, they would give
Yeah.
it to him and then he would write to you.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be greatly appreciated.
Just
Thank you very
remind
much
me
for that.
later what you need.
Yeah, will do. I'll send over the information. So now I just want to talk about how I feel as a free talker, of like one of the last descendants of freemen, as a young person myself, when I like follow up with all of this in the past of Norman, Scarth, and Peter, and you, I feel like I am like one of the last freemen that's currently going, and it's like so rare to come across like people like you and I. So I just want to tell you a little bit about myself and like how like I perceive music and art across Manchester, and I'm Salford based in Manchester, if you
Okay,
know. And yeah, and I feel like my music and my art, which expresses the message that I give, is currently like being like silenced by like the state and like these people that just like
really? Music
yeah,
and art
yeah.
is being silenced.
Oh, you surprisingly, yes, yes.
I mean, because
It,
people use music and art,
to
if
express
they're not feeling good to feel better, or if they want to express something without writing it, sort of like Norman would shout it from the rooftops, but you do it in a musical
Mhm.
way,
I
an
would
art
sing it from the
way.
rooftops. That's what I'd do. Yeah.
You must like
Yeah, but
Banksy then. You must.
in a way, yeah, yeah, like just like yeah, meaningful, but like
Hmm.
I do as much like I think as Banksy, maybe not now because he has like a lot of money he can put into things like that, but I try and always get my message across. Like but it is obvious that I'm being silenced by the state, and it's just not good. It's not what I want at all, and I'm trying to break free from that.
Yeah, tell us a bit more because that sounds interesting.
Yeah. Well, I personally, I just want to like organize like a protest, like peaceful protests against war and like a lot of personal things that I've come across, like in modern day society, like technology and like the addiction towards it, and then this like constant war which is going on. I despise it. I despise it, Andy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not religious, but apparently it's what the Bible sort of predicted,
Mm,
um, in many sort of religions, and it's kind of, oh, and these what they call them, these people who can predict things, that they predicted it as well,
Yeah,
which is very spooky sometimes, but sometimes it
yeah,
isn't because if it's coming true, then what's wrong about that?
yeah, literally. The something that comes to mind instantly is Baba Vanga. Have you ever heard of her?
That's exactly what I was thinking. I couldn't remember the
Yeah.
name.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, she predicted years ago. She passed away a long time ago. My mother always tells me about her, but like, yeah, she predicted war in Europe last year, and it's exactly what's happened. It's like across the world, and yeah.
and she's even predicted the migrant crisis in our countries.
Yeah, yeah, agreed.
We'll call it a crisis because it's out of control now.
Yeah, yeah. Well, what I want to do personally, I want to organize the world's largest protest. I want to get loads of people with the similar thought, especially the youth, to come together and protest war and all this negativity across the world in the UK, especially like where I'm raised. To go against this pain, everyone against pain. The war of the past, it's the past. It's people from the past bringing it into our lives, and we
Hmm.
personally don't want to live with that pain and suffering as everyone did. I understand that it's a natural thing for humans to fight, but there is bigger problems in the world. It's like, and I don't want to be brought onto this. As a young person myself, neither would you. I'm sure neither would anyone. It's all to do with money and capitalism, which I despise greatly.
I wanted to be and I got there somehow. I got there a little bit. I didn't get there a big bit. I wanted to be like a Tommy Robinson. It's May 16th gathering, uniting the kingdom in London. That would
Mm.
be good. I never get down there because I live up in the Orkney Islands, but I always wanted to do that. So I started off. Our children got taken into the care system. It was unfair. So that's why I don't like the judges either and social workers. So I decided to block the M25 motorway. Okay. They didn't like it the day before we were going to do it. It's only about 30 of us. They decided
Mm.
we can't stop that. That's free speech. So they decided, and it was quite funny, they helped us block it. But
Well,
you need sort of unique ideas that are going to involve every community for every problem, and then you're on a winner then.
yeah. Yeah, well, that's exactly what I want to achieve. So thank you for like almost inspiring me because I look up to the truth seekers, like which we
But
all are.
I think your niche might be on in students because they love a
Yeah.
little protest. They love art, they
Mm.
love music, and they love getting a message
Mm.
out. So I think, young people under 30, especially the students.
Why not older people? I
Oh yeah,
speak.
old as well.
I tend to speak to older people. They're very wise. They like almost teach me in a way. It's very interesting. So I think personally, students are very strong. Yes, but also like people of the past as well, like older people. Like it's like means a lot to everyone. So everyone should take a part into it. You know.
Bit like Norman, really, because he was one of them guys that, there was a little bit of a different side to him, right enough. It's in the media. But one to one, he would treat you like his own son and give you
Mm.
wisdom advice. Um, he's not one of these who would, shout and scream at, oh, that judge is a effing this and effing. He would say why that judge was a whatever he was, and he would write emails. I mean, in that respect,
Within reason.
it'd be a little bit like what's his name? It'd be an Alex Belfield who keeps
Yeah.
writing emails to people about problems. Yeah, so
Yeah.
that'd be our Norman. But Peter, it's got to be the most miscarriage of justice I've ever heard of, apart from now Lucy Letby. Peter, whether because he has got a what you call it now, criminal record for apparently having images of children. He claims he was set up because
Yeah.
he was going to spill the beans on Jimmy Savile,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
connections with Yorkshire councils. And most people believe that. There are some things in his story that you think, really, you know, that's a bit far-fetched, but in general, he was definitely not nuts. I definitely don't think he was
Yeah.
gay or a paedophile. It's a, yeah, you could probably say he's a mix of Norman Scarth and Alex Belfield, who just like to get that message out very, very much. And he did email a
Yeah.
lot of people and upset people. But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I think he was also set up by someone because they kept a list of everything in his house, and it's just a shame this happens to people, especially someone like which isn't crazy, you know. Uh,
imagine you having, I don't know the number now, let's say several hundred books,
mm,
and within 30 minutes, it may be less, it may be a little bit more, but they found images or discs in these books. Um, if you're going to have that sort of filth in your books, you're not going to leave it so they can find it quickly, are you? You're going to bury
yeah,
it somewhere,
of
probably where
course.
you don't live,
Mm,
underground somewhere, and it's in, yeah, I don't know. I
yeah.
mean,
Well, yeah, it's tricky one really, isn't it? And it's a shame that he's been locked up now, because we can't actually get the truth, It's like that's why I'm thankful for you to put me in contact with him because I would love to send him a letter and get a
we would
reply and
appreciate,
then
yeah, yeah, we
yeah.
we do it via email, the prisoner, but there's a lady that writes to him every week or fortnight, sends him stuff. She makes well know you, and if you tell her your situation and how he
Mm,
inspired you or how Norman did, because they know Norman as well, this particular contact.
mm.
Um, so yeah, yeah, do all that, and I'm sure she'll either write a letter. I mean, you send her the letter, and she'll print it and post it, or you just get the prison number off of her
Yeah,
and the
sure.
address, and yeah.
Yeah. Now I just want to talk about a bloke named Keith Dunsnap.
Carry on. I don't know him.
Dunsnap. Yeah. Um he was he was someone that I met a couple years ago and he met me and he invited me to a location where it was it took a very, very heavy toll on my life personally. Um, I, it's even hard for me to talk about it right now. But he recruited me for the Common Purpose cause, if you're
I
familiar
know
with
that.
that.
Mm. I
Yeah,
know on purpose. Yeah.
it horrible, horrible business. Horrible just thinking about it. And they took me to enclosed location in Manchester, and I almost regret going there simply because it was just horrible to see what I witnessed. Um,
Yeah. People like me and Norman would kind of know it exists, but never really know anybody that's got close to it.
hmm. Well, I did, you see, and it was very eventful. I almost dream about it like often, and I didn't even spend long there, but I uncovered a lot. For example, I've written it down in notes. Let me just see. Yeah, it was a location in Manchester. It was very, very hidden. They had white um covering over the building. Um, Not a postcode, no address, very, very hidden, like I said. And this building, when I arrived, as I instructed to by Ben Wax, it was very, very, very eventful. You see, because I uncovered something almost like a cult meeting. It was scary for me, I got there and people's identity were hidden, and it was just crazy to see this. How do you call it? Purpose, common purpose, had so much like deepness to it. Um,
I was going to say it sounds crazy because even Freemasons they don't hide their faces, do they?
Yeah, yeah.
Strange
Well, yeah, it
because
very, very was.
isn't common purpose a little bit like Freemasonry, but in a worse sense.
Yeah, it is. And there's also like a lot of connections with cams as well. I personally hate cams. I was I tried they tried to recruit me when I was 21, where it's only for children. And it was scary. You see, there was a lot going on in that building when um Ben Wax took me there. It almost like scarred my brain in a sort. Like I'm sweating even talking about it right
I was
now.
going to say it's traumatic, isn't it, when you
Yeah, definitely,
affects you
definitely.
that
And
badly?
like I said, like I still dream about it as well. Like the imagery in my head, and it's like I never even want to go back to even that area. There was like teenage boys being made to buy apples through bubble wrap, and it seemed very, very odd. It almost seems like I'm making it up, but it was very, very, very odd, I must say.
Yeah, for anybody that doesn't know what that means, it's supposed to be an organization dedicated to developing leaders who can cross cultural, institutional, and social boundaries, fostering collaboration to tackle complex real world problems. Well, I can see in a way why somebody young would want to get into that. The words
Yeah.
sound good, don't they? But eating that apple, well, yeah, I bet you wanted to run there and then.
Yeah, I did, and I did not spend long there at all. Not at all. They were actually exposed for taking children from camps to do these things. You know, it's an illusion of corruption. I hate it all.
Wow.
Mm. And it definitely needs to be took down. I personally like will try my hardest to take it down. It's like how they fund the wars from the council estates that we live in. It's the idea of it is horrible, completely.
You've obviously heard of the UK column.
Yes.
Yeah, try and get in touch with Brian Garish, because um, they're exposing. Well, there was when I was chatting to him 20 years ago. They love
Mm.
exposing common purpose.
Yeah. Well, that's what needs to happen again. Definitely, most definitely. I have strong, strong hatred towards them. Um, there's no other option to keep them around, It's like why would we? I feel like, like especially with the protests and everything like that, I feel like if we get enough power, we could happily expose them, take them down, and it will lead a brighter future for the youth. I'm talking about my children, you know what I mean? I'm only young now, I'm 22 years old, so it's going to be leading the way.
But I think we now got a bigger problem though with the wars. I mean, you got the
Yeah, well,
Palestinians marching, you've got the British
oh
white
yeah,
people marching, you've got the Muslims marching. I mean, our country's really, really in a bad state.
shambles, yeah.
I
I
mean,
completely
Tommy
agree.
Robertson thinks obviously if we get rid of the boat people and sort out the cultural problem, we should be all right. But I think it's going to take a lot more than that to sort it out.
Yeah, it's definitely like tangled up in the government and corruption. Like if someone's solid with the mindset like ours, like a truth seeker mindset, the people that want the truth to be relived, it's like to be shown on towards everyone. Like maybe if someone like that is in power, it may sort majority of the problems out.
Rupert low, but Rupert can only do so much.
Hmm.
I thought it was Nigel Farage, but no, he's going to make disabled people suffer and basically going to get everybody off of benefits, kick them all into jobs that there isn't. And yeah, I mean, he's got a good gob. I mean, I'd have him any day over Conservative Labour or Lib Dems and Greens, but we need to go. It's a sad because him and Rupert Lowe would have been brilliant together, but they fell out
Yeah.
over one of their egos.
Well, two strong egos put together, and it's like a recipe for disaster. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's the politics of it. Because it's the judges, it's the social workers.
Mm.
You now got p teachers raping kids. I mean, bloody
I know. I see that in the news so often.
it's just so scary. It's
Yeah, agreed. It's like everything's downhill, Like I don't see much progression with especially the UK right now. Maybe like across Europe they have some sort of progression, especially like with technology from Sweden, like they're going back to like reading books and everything like that. It's very like positive for what they're doing, but the UK is not. No.
I've just sending you a link for later.
Yeah, thank you. I'll look into that.
Because when I was a bit younger, I'm 60 now, but I started off in my hang on, 2006.
Hmm.
2006, that's what, 20 years ago. Yeah, I used to come up with brilliant ideas, and then the problem was getting people to attend these events, was the problem. They didn't want to
Yeah.
get shown in public.
Yeah. No, I can understand that, and it's just like it's a massive hurdle to get over because how do you get these people to do such sort? And like through me personally, I feel like art and music is the way, especially like through industry as well. Like if you blow up, like people will listen to you more often, and that's where it strives from. You need to build from a cult following to a larger following, and that could be easily achieved through the internet, and it's what I hope to do.
And the people definitely listen. We need the people in power to listen as well. But then if the people are listening and they send it to their MPs and the people that they know, I mean, you never know. It's
Yeah,
better than standing on a street corner.
yeah, oh, definitely, yeah. And like even in the UK, there's like a lot of stabbings, like racially aggravated stabbings in the UK.
Yeah, a lot of
It's
that.
just all of it is just like compiling together. And it like it only really benefits the news because they're getting content out of this. And it's also inspiring other people. Like I don't know whether you've seen in the news also how the terrorist threats in the UK are like to an all high. You see that?
Yeah,
It's a shame because yeah.
it's because of the Iran war that Trump started that, and I kind of believe he needed to start it because what would you do? You either black somebody's eyes, that's what he's done with Iran, or you let
Hmm.
them murder you. So, I mean, it's one of them, isn't it? And Starmer, well, should he have supported him? Probably should have supported him in principle, even if he didn't, necessarily send too many things to help. It's because of that. There's a lot of more problems happening, I think. Now Trump wants to leave the United Nations, which was always strong together.
Yeah. Well, it's very deep. Personally, I do not like Starmer at all. I feel like he's just a liar,
Well, he's
and we need
false. Yeah, he's
someone.
definitely false.
Yeah, definitely. It's like he just gives an illusion of power. I said it from the beginning. I remember he got voted in. I said, I don't like him. I don't like him. All my friends said, why? And it's like, I can just tell the words that he uses, it's all just written down, like from someone else. And he just has to say that. Yeah.
I hated Maggie Thatcher when I was younger, but when I got older, she may have been a bit of a tough woman, but she was tough for a reason, and it worked. Whatever she said worked. Don't like the Conservatives, but she was all right.
Mm-hmm.
But Labour,
See,
no, there's not been one good Labour or Lib Dem
no,
or
not at all. I would love to get myself involved in that particular like the government and the parliament. I feel like my word will be like very like heard. I would speak about the right things at the right time. I sort of want to do it now, but I feel like I'm too young, and that's why I'm talking to you, and I want to get heard, and I want to talk to Peter. I want to talk about Norman as well because they're the people that mean things to me that make me want to do.
Peter knows
Um,
Norman's history inside out, back to front, and
yeah,
probably so will the contact that I send you. Um,
good. Thank you, thank you.
she knows, and there's more contacts if needed. I just got to ask their permission, but I'm sure this first contact will be okay with writing to Peter.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for that. I appreciated everything that Norman did. I'm also like I'm into fashion and everything like that. So like even the clothes that he wore, I try and recreate and like yeah, it's just
Wow.
really interesting for me.
Tell whoever you write to on an email all about that because that's genuine interest in somebody. I just
Yeah,
want the I just want it how it was when I was younger. I mean, we're only talking the 80s, but the courts were telling the truth. We did have a crazy Iron Woman leading, but hey ho, looking back, she was better than anything since. You
yeah,
could go on the streets and see children playing in the parks. You'd see your Muslim friends running with the white kids, having a joke. That is what we, miss and what we
yeah,
need. Since these small boats came in, it's now a religious racial war within the UK because all these Jews are getting attacked. You know, I don't think it's their fault what's going on, but they're getting the blame of it or threatened.
yeah,
I mean, I
yeah,
mean, I know traditionally when I was younger, I was told not to like or associate with Jews, but then, I wouldn't go near a criminal, if I didn't like if he was a criminal.
yeah,
So what I'm
yeah,
trying to say is, I wouldn't associate with them, let them do what they want, and I just get on with what I want.
yeah.
They're
Well,
not going to
that's
harm me.
fine.
I'm not going to bother about harming them or even having a negative thought about them. If they want to live
Yeah,
here, that's their problem. I've got to
yeah,
live here, it's my problem.
yeah.
Normal.
Yeah, yeah. It's like a spiritual war between like good and evil that we're in right now.
It,
It's like
it is
not
now.
like it once was. Yeah.
See, when this, well, I mean, there is a word for it, but when the mess hits the fan, uh, some heads going to roll over this Lucy Letby debacle. As soon as I saw her face, that was it. She never done
Mm.
that. And then you hear it over and over again in the media, and you think, are you going to doubt yourself? No, she definitely didn't do that because you've only got to look at. I think you can tell if someone's a criminal by looking at their photos. And this is where art
Yeah.
comes in.
Yeah, yeah. Definitely. I will completely agree. It's
She
actually
was she
it
was
may have
not.
just inspired me to do that.
Yeah, she was not cold. She was definitely traumatized. Yeah, you could see that in her eyes. But
Yeah, yeah.
before that, when she was a normal person and she was going to the pub with her colleagues, she looked like a normal person of that age. You can actually tell if someone's a mad person because my friend is an author in Canada, also knows Peter, and he knows used to know Norman. His name is, I've just done a show with him, author Timothy Spearman, and he wrote a piece because he's been an ex-teacher called "Who is Afraid of the Big Bad Wolf," and it basically
Mm.
shows how to spot a psychopath.
Yeah, yeah. I have read a couple books on that, or articles, online, maybe not books, but things on like of how to spot a psychopath. And yeah, it's crazy that people think that Peter is a psychopath when he is completely not. But Keith Dewsnop told me that Lucy Letby loved kids. Uh, she just hated all evil. Yeah. It's crazy. But going back to the good and the evil, like it's all very spiritual in the world, you know. I feel like I think it works in perfectly like with the 1960s movement of like psychedelics, like and like peace and love, you know. It's like it's all
Mm.
just between this good and evil. And the world is currently corrupted horribly. And I like growing up in it, it's like I hate it so much. So, you know, what can we do about it, you know?
Well, we've got 2 minutes left on this segment, but
Um
that might be a what you call it. That might be a question for the next show. Um, if you
yeah, of
want, I mean, just email me, give me some ideas. I'll do some research, and
course,
what can we do about it?
of course.
Easy, raise awareness.
Yeah.
I can do a Norman. You can do
Yeah, well,
your your music and your art.
yeah.
I'm brilliant with
Yeah, well,
websites and
that's what I intend to do.
I'm brilliant with, well, I'm not brilliant with websites, but I make websites. I can promote them brilliantly. I've just self-taught myself how to do that. I can't write very well, but I do
Cool.
AI now. Um, so,
Yeah,
you
oh
know,
yeah, doesn't everyone?
I
Yeah.
always think though, if you're going to go to war, even if it is war or peace, you need good you know, people in the battlefront. So I can be the person who brings people together. You can be the person who cheers them up through art and music. We'll get somebody else to do something
Yeah.
else, and yeah, we
Yeah.
have a little
Well,
team.
together we must, you know. It's needed. You know, I wish everyone could wish me good luck, you know, in this fight between good and evil because I really want to have my impact in the world just before we end it here. But yeah, I just wish everyone wish me luck towards the future of
Yeah,
changing the world and the UK that we live in right now.
and Max would love your comments at the bottom, and he'll probably read and reply to every one of them. I'll
Yeah,
put this on the YouTube channel, and
thank you.
let's see how it goes. And if you want to come back um, another time or free, you know, just let us know, and we'll do
Of course.
episode one and until you're bored with it.
Well, thank you. It might take me a while, but
There's a
yeah.
lot to talk about, really is.